Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back with another quick tip. Actually, it's probably going to be a few tips today, because the first thing I want to do is just give you an idea of how to line up the solid and the outline stamps when you're working with the delicate dahlias. So I've already stamped my outline and I've been masking and stamping. I've got a different video on that that I'll link to help out. But what we're going to do is just have a little look at these images, and you can see that there's a couple of leaves that hang out, and it's easiest if we try and get these identified. So these leaves, these petals rather, that are hanging out here are these ones here and here, but I've actually rotated my stamp. So the thing to do is find petals that you can identify. So I've got this double petal here that I can identify, and by working from the base I can see that the double petal is this one here, and it's got this sort of strange double petal next to it. So that is what I'm going to line up. The double petal is the one that I'm going to line up there with that, and you can see that you just need to turn it a little. So that's the first thing. That's how I'm going to line up my solid stamp with the outline stamp. The next thing I'm going to do is just show you how I can ink a stamp like this with multiple colours. Now I have double checked, just breathing on it and stamping off. I've no ink on this. It has stained a little because of the Blackberry Bliss ink. Any of the dark purples or reds have got a tendency to stain these stamps, these photopolymer stamps, but they don't stop them working in any way. So, but once I've checked that that is clean, then I'm going to ink up with my lightest colour, which is the Bumblebee. So I'm going to get that inked up. That's actually quite a juicy stamp pad, so that's plenty. In actual fact, I'm going to just give that another little stamp to try and get rid of some of those bubbles. You can see some of the ink bubbles on there. And I'm actually working as well with Rich Razzleberry, and I'm going to use a sponge dauber. It's one that I've already used previously with Rich Razzleberry. I happen to have actually marked it, which is handy. I don't always remember to do that. And I've just dabbed the sponge dauber, and I'm just going to dab around the edges. I'll just sponge off to get rid of it. It's going to pick up a lot of the Bumblebee, so I'm just going to go around again and dab off. You can see there's quite a lot of the Bumblebee coming off there, so I might want to just go one more time around with that, and then I'm going to switch to my Blackberry Bliss. So we're going to end up with a centre of Bumblebee and then darker purples working around the edges. And I really don't mind if I've actually got a little bit of the Bumblebee still coming through, and if I haven't, that's also fine. So I've inked that up, so my stamp is ready to stamp. So I've now got my ink pad. I make sure that I've got that double petal that I wanted, get that lined up. So there's my double petal and the double petal, and then I'm just going to get in close over the top and then when I'm happy that I'm in the right place, I can press down. And there we've got our bumblebee with the raspberries coming out. So to do this again, I'm going to need to mask off. So I'll put my mask over the top like that, and I will need to, it's not quite right, there we go, that's it. And then I'm going to need to clean my stamp and start again. So, but that is how we can do align the solid stamp with the outline stamp, and how we can get different colours on our stamped image. So I hope that's helpful for you. It can be handy, as I say, to mark the sponge daubers so that you can reuse them with the same colours. I hope this helps. Please subscribe to my channel for future quick cards and quick tips, and thank you for stopping by.